What is going on, everybody? You guys know who I am. I'm Jay, back again with DCA Adventure, and today we are going to talk about Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, what is going on in the markets, and how I'm going to trade it. First off, guys, this is not financial advice. Trade at your own risk. Leverage trading is the fastest way to make money and the fastest way to lose it. We have a couple special announcements, but before those announcements, I need to give a shout out to Dogelord Apparel. Get over there, guys. The best cryptocurrency merchandise you can get, the sweetest DCA swag that you can get. Head on over to Dogelord Apparel and get some of that. Also, guys, if you would like access to the DCA trading script and any of the new trading scripts that I am making for DCA, you need to join our Patreon group. Join my tier, Trading with the View, and by joining that tier, you will get access to the DCA trading script, any new scripts I make, and the private channel inside the Discord, where I am posting trading signals and general market talk. The guys in the Patreon get the information before I put it out anywhere else and all that good stuff. Also, guys, shout out to HyperTrader. I've been using these guys for the last month now. They're a super great trading terminal, but use the most advanced yet user-friendly native desktop trading terminal that makes price discovery, technical analysis, and trading and portfolio management easy. You can organize smarter, you can analyze better, and you can trade faster. And you can do all of that with HyperTrader. I have been trading a lot more altcoins here lately, only because using HyperTrader makes it so easy to do, you guys. I can chart up to 4 different altcoins at once. I can trade 4 different altcoins at once on 4 different exchanges. Super easy user face, very user friendly, not hard to set up. So guys, the link for that will be in the description. My referral code will be in the description. Make sure you use the referral. I think you guys still have a little bit time left to lock in the 15% discount when they go live. I think they go live next week, so you guys need to jump in on that. Also, guys, we are hosting a poker tournament for charity, and that will also be in the description. We'll have some links posted in there for you guys, how you can sign up and what you need to do. Here's just a little bit of it. I'll read to you guys. Okay, so everyone, you are invited to join the Crypto YouTubers Private Poker Club for the upcoming crypto mining charity poker tournament on 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July 11th, 2020. If you don't already have it, download the free PokerStars software from the link. You may get redirected to the link if you are in location where online real money gambling isn't allowed, but that's okay. When signing up, since this is for crypto mining YouTubers, crypto personality subscribers, and such, it'd be nice if your username in PokerStars is the same or as similar to your YouTube, Twitter, Discord usernames, so folks know who you are. And you guys can read more about this and what we're doing. Show off your poker skills, or at least your ability to get lucky and play against crypto YouTubers. Event name, Crypto YouTubers Charity Poker Tournament. Date, Saturday, July 11th, 2020. Start time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Tournament game, no limit, Texas Hold'em. Currency, play money, buy-in, 20K, play chips, 17K. Prize pool, 3K to PokerStars format. 2 rebuys, first 30 minutes of play, 17K each. No add-on payout. Top 15% winners will get the appropriate percent of donations given to their charity. Please choose a charity that accepts crypto. Entries, places paid, 2, 5, blah blah blah, bunch of numbers. No starting chips, 10,000 play chips, speed, turbo 5-minute level, break 5-minute every 55 minutes. Past the hour. DCA will be live streaming the poker tournament this Saturday. So link for that stuff, guys, will be in the description. So we are going to head on over here to Coinbase, or to TradingView, Coinbase, oh my gosh. And we're going to look at a couple things and what I am looking at in the market. And I think that, we have a few bullish signs and some things that could mean that, we're going to pump up here. And again, guys, like you have been hearing in all of my latest videos, I'm still looking for the 10.5. We need to get up there to that 10.5 area to start a new uptrend. If you are zoomed in on Bitcoin on a lower time frame, you can say we're in a short-term uptrend, but when you zoom out and you're looking at an overall higher time frame, we are still in a downtrend, guys, until we break the 10.5 and we stay above it. We need to close above 10.5. So looking at golden crosses, and the guys, you guys know how golden crosses work, and for any of you guys that are new, please go into the playlist on DCA and check my videos out. I do a video of nothing but golden cross talk, death cross. There's all kinds of different tutorial videos in there. Just had a tutorial for HyperTrader, so get in there and check that out. But golden cross is when the 50-day moving average crosses over the 200-day moving average. So you want your faster moving average crossing over your slower. I am a very, very big moving average trader. I love trading moving averages. It's easy to spot certain setups, and you know, on higher time frames you can put more weight into these. When we in the Patreon group, I did call a trade. Freaking fly! I called a trade out, saying that I had position set at the 21-day moving average and a position set at the 50-day moving average. I had short position set there with stop losses just above the moving average. We ended up blowing right through the 21-day, and we ended up testing the 50-day moving average, which I did get a very good short and made very good profits on that. So guys, join that Patreon group, get in there. You will get to trade what I'm trading. We've had some pretty nice trades here the last few weeks, so you guys are missing out for real if you're not in there. And also, at any time, if you're brand new to trading and you're learning from the very beginning, we're the place to join. DCA Adventure Discord and Crypto Mentors. Link for that will be in the description. But you guys need to join them places, and me and Astro Park, and we got Nefarious Technology, and my buddy Edward, he's been posting some very good stuff, so shout out to you guys. Keep up the good work. But get in there, and we will help you. We will get you a button-down strategy and show you some simple ways and less risky ways to trade. But one of the things that I trade a lot is moving averages, and I'm also a pattern trader, and I trade candlesticks. I can just look at single candlesticks or 3 candlesticks and make a decision based off what the candles are telling me. But if our last real golden cross where it sent us into a bull run was back, let me see, okay, so back in 2015, all right guys, we had a fake out golden cross, then a fake out death cross, then a pump. So there is a couple key factors and a couple things that happened, and it's kind of repeating itself almost identically to present day. So back what happened in 2015 is pretty close to what's going on right now. And what I'm looking at obviously are the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. Whoops, I'm hitting all kinds of buttons here. Okay, so we had the golden cross here. We'll just make a scribble. We had a golden cross here. The 50-day, the blue line, crossed over the 200-day, the red line. Okay, so we got to cross. But we're already at a high, and this is one way to know if it's a fake out or have an inkling that it may be a fake out. When we have a golden cross, price tends to pump. When we have a death cross, price dumps. But you can see here on this chart that we were already at a high. If you're looking down here and was using this as support, you look over here, we had a high here, we had a high here, and we had a high here. This actually made a double top right here. So you kind of could have said to yourself, okay, so this is a new high or a double top. So this this golden cross may be a fake out. It may not be valid. And now this doesn't happen all the time. Very rarely does this happen. So it's very good to know this little trick here to kind of get a feel for whether we are going to have a true golden cross or a true death cross. Now, same goes with the death cross. If we are at a low or we are at a big area of support, then you can kind of guess that it may be fake out. So here's the very first fake out. We came up, we crossed over the 200-day moving average. We were already at a high. We consider that a double top through there. What happened? Price plummeted. Then you see we get a death cross right here. We'll move this little circle, make a new one. We had a death cross right here. We had already made a low, and we were at a point of support. What happened? We ended up curling up and breaking back over the 200-day moving average, which was the real golden cross right here. As soon as we crossed it, then we ended up getting the big pump. This was back in 2015, so let's go over this again. Okay, so we had double top. You can see here, 50 crossed over to the 200, price dropped. Had another fake out here. We ended up breaking to the upside. Now if we click back over to a present day, so golden cross, double top, price plummet. See how we're very similar there, guys? We get the golden cross here. We are already up at the high. You should have known and said to yourself, okay, this is potentially a high. This could definitely be a fake out here, so I need to be on guard and be watching this because of the high over here. So now we got the double top. Boom, price drops. Then we get fake death cross. It crossed here, and we had already made our low down here. So there again, there's where you need to be telling yourself, well, is it going to be a fake out? Because we already are at a low, and which it was. You can see that we crossed here, but what happened? We ended up pumping. What happened now? Right now, guys, we crossed over the 200-day moving average. Could this be the sign that this is time for the bull run to start? Could this be it, where we may come down and hit that 200-day one more time, or zigzag around and then take off for the pump? It's very, very possible. Very possible. You guys can see here, let's get rid of the drawings. We'll go over it one more time. Okay, so on 2015, we had double top. We had the crossover. Price dropped. We had the fake death cross. Then what happened over here to the right? Had the real golden cross. So we go back to present day. Double top. Get the cross. Got the dump. Got the fake death cross. Got the pump. Now, is this going to be considered the real golden cross? Or is this about time for us to head up? It's very hard to say that I'm bullish on Bitcoin right now, only because of how our economy is. I said this in the last couple videos. This will be something that I'm definitely keeping my eye on. I'm going to be playing my stop losses a little tight. You never know what is going to happen, whether a whale wants to come in and decide to screw everything up, and then TA is not respected at all. You know, Bitcoin just stops respecting TA and does what it wants to do. Or are we going to finally test that 10.5 area again, between 10.4 and 10.5? Are we going to test it again? Or are we going to get the break above it? We'd like to see a close back back at the 10.5, come back, test it as support. We want to see it validate and respect the support there before we will get the continuation upwards. So this is what I'm looking at on a higher time frame with Bitcoin. If we're going to trade this, now I said last night, and this was when we were still above the 50-day moving average. And I've showed you guys the strategy 100 times, but I went in the Discord last night and I said, okay guys, whoever can tell me what strategy that I trade when market conditions are the way they are right now will win $10 in Bitcoin. I gave him 2 hours to come up with the answers, and my buddy Edward came up with the right answer. He was the winner. And the strategy that I play on the daily chart is when the 50-day moving average is above your 100, your 200, and those are the two main. So as long as your 50 is above your 200 and your 100, which I don't have up right now, but it's usually my yellow one, and it is above it. What we do is every time we test the 50-day moving average, we will long there. Let me turn the 21 off. So let me just actually change to 21. This will work better if I can show you. Okay, so now I got the 100-day moving average on there. So you can see when the 50-day is above the 100 and 200, that every time we come down and test the 50, we're going to long. Test the 50 long. And you can use these moving averages as support and resistance. So when we are above the moving average, when the candles are sitting on top, consider it support. When we're underneath, consider it resistance. Same with these moving averages. You can stair step your way down. You can figure if we break the 50, the first place I'm going to be looking for a stop is at the 100. And then if we break the 100, the next spot I'm going to be looking for is the 200. And same when we break above them. When we break above them, the first spot I'm looking for resistance would be the 100. If we broke through the 200, and then if we break through the 100, I'm looking at the 50. It doesn't always work and stop right at the moving average, but a lot of times it does respect it. So right now the 50-day is above the 100 and 200-day moving average, but price is still below the 50-day moving average. So it is acting as resistance right now, guys. When back in the Patreon, when we first got up here, we took a short right here at the top. We got a short, and then one of these times when we came up and tested, I think it was right in here, we took another short when we came up and tested that 50-day. And you can see that we do have a nice W pattern here. It's going to sound crazy, but I trade M's and W's. And this is a nice W on a daily chart. Another reason why I think we'll probably get to break back above the 50 and go. Normally I'm shorting right here at the 50, but it looks like we are back on top of it right now as we're doing the video. God dang it. So we would like to see the 50 keep moving above, or we'd like to see the price keep moving above that 50-day moving average, and we want it to close above the 50-day. We have to get to close there, guys, but you can see that it is a heavy area of resistance that we are fighting right now. It's all through here. Look left on your chart. Any old support becomes new resistance. This is a perfect example of it. You can see that we had support, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. So we need to get to close above the 50-day, guys, and I'm not sure how long we got until the countdown on the daily candle. It's not showing me on my chart right now. But yes, this is what we want to see here. If we break back underneath that 50-day moving average and we close underneath of it, it's going to be bad for Bitcoin, guys. There is a nice area of support right around the 9,000 down to the 8,800 area, 8,850. But you could definitely see a potential drop to the 8600, 8700, and even the 84. 84 is probably where I'd be looking for. Price usually doesn't really respect that 100-day moving average that much on a daily chart. It works a little bit better with the 200-day. So right around the 84, 84.50 area is where I'd be looking for a potential drop. And like I said, that is a decent area of support down there too. You know, it could get bad and we could BART all the way back down. If we BART all the way back down here to this heavy area of support, we're looking at the 7,300. Freaking flies. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on a 2-day chart real quick. We're going to go ahead and reload this. Sometimes it does this when I use I load multiple chart layouts like that, so sorry guys. And let's go to BTC. Look at a 2-day, 2 hour. Alright guys, and you can see here on a 2-day chart that we are getting ready to have a golden cross. You can see back here what happened when we got the golden cross. We did end up with a very nice pump. Right here was the golden cross. 50-day, well, it'd be the 50 period moving average crossing over the 200. Once it crossed, and you've seen that we were at an area of support here. Well, this would have been resistance. So it would have been something that I'd have been watching. It could have been a fake out. This is where you could have said, okay, we're making a high here. This would have been a lower high, but at the same time, you still want to be on guard for the fake out. In this case, we did get a nice little run off of that. It crossed there, and let's see, it was at right around 5,800 when it crossed, and it gave us a high of 13,800. So you can see here, guys, that we are getting close. We're coming right up on it. The 50 crossed the 100 already, which is bullish, but we're creeping up here on this 200. We want to see this cross, and we are at a low. We're down here at support, so this could be big, guys. It could be very big. We could get that cross and we could get the pump. You know, looking at a 2-day chart, 10.5 ain't that far away. You know, we just want to see Bitcoin get back above this area, come back and test at support, it validate, and then we'll get a nice continuation on. Draw this on your chart. Keep an eye on it. This 2-day chart is very important, especially with the golden cross on here. Let's see if we can find another golden cross, see how far we can go back. Okay, so back here, and it looks like 2016 it might have happened. See if we can stretch it out more. So back in 2016 when we got to golden cross, it really pumped. That's when we went all the way to 20,000. Or it started it. I'm sorry, we didn't go to 20,000 in 2016, but it was the start of the bull run. And it gradually worked its way up. So you can see on a 2-day chart that it really does. There's not that many crosses with the moving averages. We got a death cross here, ended up getting the drop. Come back, we golden crossed here, we got the pump, we death crossed here, but this is a fake out death cross, because look what happened. We were already at a low. We already had our low. So fake death cross on the 2-day, and we ended up pumping, and now we're getting ready to cross again. So this golden cross, it would be really nice if it's real and you know, it takes off. You guys know how I like to draw triangles on everything. If I can draw it and it makes a nice triangle, then I draw it and I trade it. These patterns are super easy to trade. These are just breakouts. So the only thing we're doing here, if we were trading the triangle, we break above the triangle, we're going long, we're putting our stop loss back inside. Same with the bottom. If we break the bottom of the triangle, we're going to go short right at the break, and we're going to put our stop loss back inside of it. These typically play out 80% of the time. You end up getting really nice trades out of these. I like to trade them. Super, super good. One more thing on the daily, I'll show you kind of what I've been watching. Okay, so back here we had a nice green candle, then we had a small candle, and then we had a bearish engulfing candle. See how it engulfs the little one? It completely filled it in and went all the way down. That's a bearish play right there. You look here, we got a red green red, or a green red green, and this is usually it is bullish, but when you see the green candle, then a small red candle, and then an engulfing bullish green candle, you can see that it opened at the close of the red and engulfed the whole thing. Usually that's a bullish sign, but we did get a engulfing bearish candle so far on the daily if it plays out all the way. But yeah, normally these are bearish or bullish patterns, and these are bearish. So these are just little tidbits that you guys can keep an eye on and start learning your candles. Candles are your most important thing. They tell you the most information. You can solely trade just off of candles if you get good enough. It is hard sometimes, but it's definitely possible. So try it out. I got all kinds of stuff in the Crypto Mentors, places where you can find information. Very good links for stuff. So candle patterns, guys, and support and resistance are like the biggest things you really need to work on if you're brand new. You can get into the technical analysis and how indicators work and all that stuff as you go, but you really want to nail down how candles work, what formations mean, and how to spot key areas of support and resistance. It's going to help you big time. Oh man, my green screen's bugging out every couple seconds. Huh. Sorry about that, guys. So that's what I'm looking for with Bitcoin. Like I said, guys, we got a nice area of support from the 9,000 down to the 8,900 area. I'd be looking for, if we break that, then obviously go down to your 100 and 200 moving averages. So that's for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum and see what Ethereum is doing. We're going to go back. Let's go back to a week on Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum, let's get the 21-week moving average on there as well. Alright, guys, on the weekly, Ethereum is tested, or is trying to test that 200-week moving average. I would be looking to short here, guys, if I were you. Not financial advice. If this was me trading this, I would try to short close to that 200-week moving average with my stop a bit above it. You know, it could be the time that it finally breaks through there, but it doesn't look like it's tested it all that much. And then I'd be looking for support if you do get a breakdown around the $200 area, right at the 21-week moving average. The 50-day moving average is starting to cross, or the 50-week moving average is crossing the 100-week. It's got a long ways to go yet before it's going to cross the 200-week moving average. You can see that the price does follow that 21-week moving average pretty tight, so you can trade off that moving average, and definitely be looking at these as support and resistance. I'd be trying to short at that 200 though for sure. You know what I mean? A lot of times it respects it, so if it comes up there and tags that 200, and you got your short position there and your stop loss up above here, normally you're good. You know, 75% of the time you're good. The trade will work out for you. These are long-term trades, obviously, because we are looking at a weekly time frame. Go down to the 1 day. So the 1 day, okay guys, this is very interesting. I like using the 21 moving average. It's faster than the 50, okay, obviously, because it's a lower number. It's only calculating 21 days versus calculating 50 days. But when the 21 moving average on the daily chart is above your 50, your 100, and 200, you can play the same strategy that we play with the 50-day moving average when it's above the 100 and 200. Every time we come down and test it, you can try to long it, and same one where we're below it. Every time we come up and test it as resistance, you can try to short it. That would have been a good short. You'd have shorted again here. You'd have caught a decent little play. As soon as we broke it, we came back down and tested. You'd have longed again. And see how it came right up to the next moving average and stopped out as resistance. That would have been right where I would have been looking to take my profit. Came back down and hit it again. You would have longed again here. Respected it again. Picture perfect. Taking your profit. And then it did ended up breaking through there. Came down and tested that 200 week or 200 day. Used it as support. Long there. And you know, that's why I like moving averages, guys. Price is sticking right around them. It's a lot easier to pick your ins and outs and your stop losses and stuff like that. So this is why I trade them. But it's looking pretty bullish on the 1 day for Ethereum. We may see a drop back down to the 232 area. I would try to long, not financial advice. But you can see here, guys, that we do have a nice bit of support through here. Comes through. You could even drop it down. If we get down to the bottom of the wick, we're damn near on top of the moving averages. So if we could get back down here to that 232, 235 area, I would try to long on that moving average here, and I would put my stop loss somewhere below it right here. These trades tend to work out a lot more than they don't. Obviously, that's why we use stop losses. If it doesn't work out and it doesn't go your way, you're getting out. You're not taking too big of a hit. But if it does, respect this as support and we keep going. We need to break the resistance area of where it was at, 245 to 260, 261 area. And then the very, very top, we have another spot around the 284, 285. We break down, we break below the 50 and 21 day moving average. Be looking for the 200 area and the 195 again for a little bit of support down there. And if you're shorting it and it breaks below, then that would be my first areas for taking profit. Take a look at Litecoin. Go back to the weekly. Alright guys, this is a 21 week moving average on Litecoin. It did pop up there and test it. good shorting opportunity here. Here's one of the M patterns that I like to trade out all the time. Damn near a double top. But it did test that 21 week, so I would have went short here. I'd have moved my stop just above it a little bit and see what happens. It may break back down, it may not. If it does get above here, if we can get, we got 3 days left, 3 days and 4 hours left in the weekly. If we can get a close above the weekly moving average, if we can get up above $45, a close above $45 is very bullish for Litecoin in my opinion. I'd be looking for the next pop up to the 50 week moving average right around the $54, $55 area. And if it does get up to that moving average, guys, I'm shorting right there at that 50 week moving average. I would put the short right at the 50, sometimes even just a hair below it, because it doesn't always get up there and tag it, and then my stop loss above it. And you don't even have to go that far above. I mean, you can put your short right here, put your stop loss right there. Typically doesn't wick that far past the moving average on the higher time frames like this, so that's why I do that. And like I said, guys, sometimes I even go a little bit lower than the moving average because we don't always spike all the way up to it. But that's how I would play this if we did get up there. We do have an M pattern. We did get the dump. This is acting as resistance right here. And let me see. It doesn't look like we have very big areas of resistance, so it may not be very hard to break through that. We'll go down onto the 1 day and see what's going on. Okay, so your 1 day chart doesn't look as bullish. We got the 21 day moving average coming in. It's starting to curl around. Be looking for this being used as support right around the $42, $43. Right around in there is going to be decent support for you guys if you're trading Litecoin. This could be the start of an inverse head and shoulders. Right here would be your shoulder. Here's your head. We want to see it come down and make another shoulder before we can go off. Be on the look for that, guys. Draw that on your chart. Keep an eye on it. We still got quite a while before the 50 is actually going to get up there and cross that 200-day moving average for a golden cross. But be watching this 21-day moving average. That's going to be your good support right there. We have all kinds of support coming through there. So it's a pretty good area. We come down and test that 21-day. It would be a longing opportunity. Place your stop loss below the 21 moving average. The 21 moving average is my purple line here. Definitely want to see it get back above the 50-day moving average and close above it. If we don't get to close above that 50-day moving average, guys, it's not going to be good for Litecoin. We do got 3 hours, 48 minutes left in the candle. By the time you see this, it'll probably be closed. So we will see what happens, guys. We close below the 50-day moving average. Be looking for the $42 area on Litecoin. Maybe it'll already be there by the time we are watching this. If we do get to break out and we can get it to get back above the 50-day and it closes above it, be looking for $45, $46 like we said back on the weekly chart, and then all the way up here at the $50 area, and that's right at the 200-day moving average. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep it in mind. I don't know why my screen's bugging out. It's got to be my focus thing on my camera. Keeps focusing in and out. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, one more thing I want to take a look at. Let's look at ADA. And we'll see what's going on with ADA. It had some nice big movement here. Binance. 88 a tether. Let's go to weekly on Cardano. So you guys can see on the weekly we do have an area of resistance. Right in there. And you can see that it's stopped right at it, right at the it looks like 14 cents maybe, right, pretty close to that. The 21-week moving average crossed the 50. That's one big reason why it got to move, and it's crossing the 100. It's not showing the 200-week on Cardano, but this is very bullish. Be looking for a retest, guys, back down to that 21 moving average. You can see here how far price deviates away from the moving average. We always end up coming back to it. So be keeping an eye on the 21-week moving average. Be looking for a retest down to it. It may be up in here when it does make the retest. So get the 21 moving average pulled up on your chart. Use it on your weekly. Use it on your daily. Any of the faster moving averages are going to be a little bit more reliable on the higher time frames. Like if you're using a 9-day moving average, pretty accurate. Gives you a really good idea of where price is going to stop or where it could go. So just keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, it had a hell of a pump. I would be looking for it to come back and at least retest this area of support, if anything. Right around 9-10 cents, somewhere's in there. Pisses me off. I've held so much Cardano and it really moved. I mean, damn it. I missed the boat on that one, guys. Missed the boat on that one. Let's jump down here to the day. So the day we got a golden cross on Cardano here. 50 crossed the 200 and the 100, which was the reason why we got this pump. The reason why we got this pump was because the 21-day crossed the 50-day, and that's why this pump took off. So very bullish for Cardano right now. I'm looking at the daily, like I said, a retest back down to that 21-day, and when we was looking at it on the weekly, it was the 50. But right around in that 9-10 cent area is where I'm going to be looking for a retrace. And then you would want to long here, not financial advice, but you guys can see how we got support right here, and it lines right up with that moving average. So keep an eye on this if you're trading Cardano. This will be an opportunity for you to stack some more sats if you sold up here at the top. I don't think it's going to pump up and go any higher before it comes back down for a retest. And what was the other one? Oh, let's look at Doge, guys. Gotta look at the Dogecoin. Now it does not look so good. See what the week looks like for the Doge. Wow. Oh, I can almost bet this, guys, that if it goes any lower than it is right now, expect it to go all the way back down, probably to the 21-week moving average, right around 0.0024. That's where I'd be looking for. I can't believe it got up that high. Wow. That is just freaking crazy. I bet that made a ton of people rich. Congratulations to all the guys holding Doge. I know a lot of my guys hold a ton of it, so congratulations, guys. That's awesome. I know a lot of it has to do with TikTok, I think. Typically, when Doge pumps, usually Bitcoin is not far behind it with a major pump. But I don't know if we can really use the Doge as an indicator at this time, only because of the hype from TikTok. So be expecting more of that, guys. You see people on TikTok pumping coins. You probably should go take a look. Not financial advice, but if you can get in before a pump and something like this with Doge happens, I mean, good Lord, that's a ton of money. Ton of money. Looking at the daily, it's just super unnaturally inflated right now. I don't see this holding up at all. I think if you were holding a ton of Doge and you made good profits, I would suggest to not be greedy and dump them, and dump it now and buy back in at a retest. You can see on the daily, the 21's right there, 21 day 0.0026, and then the 50 day. It did cross, so that is bullish. That is bullish, but you know, it can come right back down just as fast as it went up. So be aware, guys. Be aware of that. Keep your eyes on it if you're holding a bunch of Doge. But alright, guys, that's all I got for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And guys, get into the Discord. There's tons and tons of good free knowledge in there if you can't afford to be a Patreon. But shout out to all you Patreons. You guys, you know that you're the reason why we're able to do the things that we do, and it's because of you guys. We really appreciate you very much. Guys, do not forget that we are having a live stream on Friday, and do not forget about the poker tournament for charity. Get in there, get signed up. My wife is actually going to play. She is going to be representing me, and she is going to go in there and she's going to kick everybody's ass and take everybody's money. So please get in there and sign up so she can take your money and we can donate it to Children's Hospital or something of that nature. We'd really appreciate it. Also, guys, get in there, check out HyperTrader. Link for them will be in the description below. Make sure you use the referral code. It does nothing for me, but it does something for you by locking in that 15% discount when they go live. And I'm telling you what, guys, it is worth it. I'm very, very satisfied with the customer service over there. Them guys are on it. You got something wrong, they're immediately looking into it. They're constantly coming out with new updates and making things better, and they really are community oriented. They're very involved with the community. They listen to their community. I mean, that's why I like HyperTrader so much. I'm back into trading alts. You guys, I usually just leverage trade Bitcoin. I really don't need to look at anything else. But HyperTrader made it easy that it's not an inconvenience for me to get on their their terminal and trade. Super easy. So get in there and check them out. Tell them you came from DCA. Tell them you came from Crypto Mentors. We'd super appreciate it. Oh, and also, guys, forgot to tell you too. I said this last week's video, but the Patreon group now has trading bots. AstroPark has his trading bots over in the DCA Discord. Get over there. Get in the Patreon group. Check out the bots. There's 3 different bots that are in there right now. Very good bots. Been spitting out some very good trades. You have to trade them at your own risk, and you really have to be on top of it when trading with those bots. If you're not sitting at the computer right when it sent out a trade, then you need to sit and wait until the next one comes around. But very good bots, very awesome. And AstroPark has tons of good scripts. Check him out in Crypto Mentors. He'll get you fixed up. If you're looking to have something personally made for you, and you want certain indicators and you want it to look a certain way, get a hold of us. We can build you your own script, and then it'll just be a one-time payment, and then you own the script forever. Do whatever you want with it. You can sell your own script. You make it good enough and have people like it, then you can end up selling your own stuff. But check out the Crypto Mentors trading script and the DCA trading script. You guys don't want to miss out on those. It has the most important indicators that the top traders used, all combined in one. Patreons love it. Check out the guys at Crypto Mentors. We got a couple hundred people in there using it. They'll give you an honest opinion of what they think. So get in there and check us out. But all right, guys, I will see you on Friday. I'll see you a little bit later tonight as well when we premiere the video. You guys have a good night and stay safe.